cup look like a huge monster coming to get you. But it's not a huge monster. I have a benevolent, friendly coffee cup that is not looking to cause any trouble. It's only looking to spread joy, as most coffee cups are. And I have a large one in front of me, and it's piping hot, and it's full of freshly made coffee. And my only hope I have at this Monday morning is that you too have a cup of coffee in front of you, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. I'm excited to have my first sip, get started with my week, my month, my day on a caffeinated note, and I hope you do as well. Cheers to us. It's the toasted coconut mocha from Starbucks. Somebody said they're going to pour a cup of joe. Get started. Where's your coffee? Do I need to do an announcement? Set off an alarm? Send some text to all my millions of viewers nationwide, worldwide, globally wide? It's kind of funny. Sometimes I do get viewers from Asia and Nepal and what have you. But so I did. That's what's kind of cool about this platform. You do spread your, message, your moment, your video, your show out to a potentially large audience. And sometimes it can be large, sometimes it can be small. But either way, the coffee's usually hot and almost always really good. And I'm going to have another sip. As I was saying, it's the toasted coconut mocha. It's one of only 2 coffees by Starbucks. It's one of only 2 coffees I have left in my cupboard. I had like 6 or 7 just a couple weeks ago and decided to run them down. Good morning, Marianne Jacobs. No creamer or sugar. I take it black at home. And I'll get to that in a moment. I take it black at home. My favorite coffees right now are the Sumatra by Starbucks. It's a big, bold, dark flavor. And the other one's the Cinnamon Dolce. Well, thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. Somebody's sending love and letting me know that my life matters. I appreciate that. I hope everyone's reading that and feeling a little better and realizing that their life matters too. Maybe she was sending that message to all of us. Good morning, Rock Dugan. It's going fairly well. I've only been up for about 15 minutes, so it hasn't gone very far, but I'm sipping my coffee and I'm enjoying it. Speaking of, let's have another sip. As I was saying, the Sumatra and the Cinnamon Dolce are my top 2 coffees right now. For some reason, I think absence makes the heart grow fonder a bit, and I ran out of both bags sometime mid last week. And I'm letting it stay that way for a few days. Maybe wanted to work down my inventory a little bit. Because I think when I have 6 options of coffee, maybe 7 at one time, it might be a couple too many options. And feels good to only have a couple. But I want to get the Sumatra back in the rotation. Got a big garbage truck coming out front, squeaking. Rock Dugan said he's been up since 2:30, couldn't sleep. One of those days. I used to have a lot of those days, Rock Dugan. Should young people get life insurance? I don't know. I have more passion about Rock Dugan's sleep than if young people should get life insurance. I mean, I shouldn't be a financial planner, but my first instinct on life insurance is no, they shouldn't. I think the people making the real money are the insurance companies and the insurance agents. And I would say no, would be my answer, Virginia, on that. I'm sure a bunch of insurance agents are rolling over in their graves or getting on the phone and saying, hey, we got to silence this guy. But I think insurance, that's my thought. But back to Rock Dugan sleeping. Rock, are you a drinker? I know I couldn't sleep a lot more often when I used to drink alcohol. And if you drank last night and you couldn't sleep, that would explain a lot to me. If you're not a drinker of alcohol and you couldn't sleep, I've got a bunch of suggestions there as well. Okay, you don't at all. There's a lot of times I wake up. I got a lot on my mind. I got a lot in front of me in life. I got a lot of challenges. We all do. So I'm sure you do as well. My suggestion to you would be, I'll call it addicted, but I really enjoy listening to various stuff from the YouTube platform, even some here on TikTok while I sleep. There's a couple hypnotic TikTokers I listen to. There's a meditative guy I listen to. There's a positive affirmations. Some positive affirmations I listen to on YouTube that help me sleep, and there's several, for me, Christian, but I just think it could be spiritual things that help me sleep. They're kind of meditative, but send you a little positive message during the night. Good morning, Lynn, and good morning, RJ. So those would be my thoughts to you. I don't know if you listen to any of that, but it sure helps me sleep during the night. Calms my mind down a little bit. Praying is always nice. It depends why you couldn't sleep. If you're worried or stressed, and usually that's why people can't sleep, I think. But if you're wide awake and just couldn't sleep, enjoy it. Maybe get up and start your day. Start your day. Go make a pot of coffee. It sounds crazy. I've done it at 2:30 in the morning. Start your day, clean your house. Can't really mow your lawn. It's usually dark and wet out at that time. But again, I've started my day. I've written. I used to write in a journal, used to write pretty well, and I would write every day to get thoughts out of my mind and feel better and put them down on paper and write little stories that I would post on social media. Those are just a few, but I'd love to, I wish you were local. We could talk over coffee about your lack of sleep. Oh, the irony. Oh, the irony. I'm from Chicago, moved to Wisconsin, been here for 5 years. You should move. Max, where are you in Wisconsin? Because I'm considering it. It's my last month in my home. I like to sleep while clutching my phone with white knuckles. White knuckles. No, Rockadugan, I know you. Whitewater. I'm not totally sure where Whitewater is. Good morning from Florida. And thank you for watching my videos. Thank you all for joining. Candy, thank you so much for following the host. Good morning, Robert Montgomery. How are you? How are you? How are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're well. I'm sure that you are. Perhaps you are. I've got something started. I don't know how to stop it. Let me see if I can stop it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. There he goes. Had a white thing up on my screen. I couldn't fix it. Oh, RJ, I'm sorry. RJ, who was late today, is demanding to interrupt my fascinating conversation and know what type of coffee I'm drinking. Oh, RJ. No, I'm just kidding, RJ. It's the toasted coconut. I'm out of the caramel. My weekend was great. I'll get to that in a moment. I can't talk for long. I got to get going. I get to get going. We're all working on that. I usually say gotta, and I'm working on saying get to. I get to get going because I got a busy day. RJ, it's the toasted coconut. I only have toasted coconut and French roast in my cupboard. My cupboards are nearly bare, which might be good. I got to move in a month. What did I make the other day? Oh, a ham and cheese sandwich. I have 2 full jars of mayo in my cupboard that aren't even opened. And I open one and go, can I finish 2 big jars of mayonnaise in a month so I don't have to move them? Mayonnaise is pretty expensive with inflation. So I got to move in a month, and I've talked about moving to Wisconsin. Not totally sure where Whitewater is, but it sounds pretty. Got a friend up there in Oshkosh that I talk to and sends me homes for rent, and think about that from time to time. I would avoid taking drugs, just me. Lynn suggested to Rock Dugan take Benadryl if I can't sleep. I think the cure is worse than the symptoms at that point, Lynn, is just my thought. If you take Benadryl at 2:30 in the morning. You're going to wake up at 8 and feel groggy, I'm imagining, and feel tired, and your whole kind of day's flat. I think for me, just getting started and getting going is a better solution. Yeah, the property taxes are insane in Illinois. Therefore, the rent's insane. I'm a renter. The mortgages are expensive. The home prices are expensive. And we do have an international awesome city in Chicago that we're close to. But for me, I don't work in Chicago or really need to be by Chicago. And really never go in Chicago anymore, which is so funny because I lived there from 1990 to 2002 and felt like a Chicagoan. And yeah, now I would feel like a huge tourist and be wondering where I'm going. And oh, I hope a bus doesn't hit me. Okay, let me see. Somebody asked something that I wanted to ask. Oh, my weekend. My weekend was great. Saturday I worked. I was exhausted. For those that don't know and just tuning in, I work at a local super Target. I was a realtor for 17 years. Stopped doing that at the beginning of the year. Don't miss that at all. Deciding what my next steps are. And I currently work at a super Target where I get to be in 40 minutes. I worked on Saturday. It was the end of 4 days in a row. I kind of work a more physical job than I probably should at 54 with a bad knee. And I was really tired. Got home from work. My shift ends at 3 o'clock. And got home from work, took like a 2-hour nap, made some dinner, and then went back to bed. I had an awesome day yesterday. I have 4 children. I'm twice divorced. I have 2 little beautiful babies and 2 older girls from a previous marriage. It was 2 of their birthdays yesterday. And my oldest and my second to youngest, my 2-year-old and my 17-year-old. I can't believe she's 17. My 17-year-old was in Florida with her mama and her sister and a friend having fun in Disney World. I spent the day with my little nugget of love. Rock Dugan, have an awesome day. I spent the day with my little nugget of love, Augie, and had an awesome, awesome day and was celebrating his birthday, just he and I. And we had a wonderful, wonderful day. Picked him up at his mama's at 9. We went to breakfast. I cried a bunch yesterday because I tell you what, hanging out with Augie is such a soul fulfiller. He's not quite walking. He's really close. He's taken a couple steps and fallen. It's such a soul fulfilling thing. He's a little angel, a perfect little angel. He has Down syndrome. I don't want to make this a cause or bring that up, but just kind of a little background for Augie. But he's a perfect little angel. And I think he is a gift to this world that spreads joy wherever he goes. You cannot imagine how much attention my little beautiful son Augie gets wherever we go and how many smiles he gets. And I put him down across from me at the breakfast table. I didn't know if we should sit side by side or across like adults. But we sat across. And he's sitting there in his little, whatever, baby chair or whatever it's called, kid's seat or baby seat. And I'm sitting across, face to face. Feels like we're having a discussion, Augie. Yet he can't really talk except kind of ineligible, dadas, babas. And then he goes, more. He's super cute. But he's looking around and doing this, and people are looking over and smiling, and we're in the center of this room with a bunch of windows, and there's an old couple over there, and a old couple over there, and 4 older people there, a couple young ladies there, and Hispanic waiters loving on him, and I was so proud of being with them and hanging out with them, and telling everybody that it's his birthday. And it's funny, we shared a meal. He doesn't eat a whole heck of a lot. And they give you a side of pancakes with your meal, which I got a double country fried chicken, large portion, which was delicious, with a bunch of hash browns, 2 eggs over medium, if anyone wants to know. And I'm sure you do. And a side of pancakes, and he ate most of the pancakes. Occasionally, when he's done eating, and I put some hash browns down in front of him. When he's done eating, he lets me know by picking them up and going, and throwing them. A couple times, people almost got hit by his hash browns. It was dangerous. Not dangerous, but Could have been messy. Felt a little bad about that. Did my best to clean it up, but only could do my best. But then we went to church where I'm biased, but I think he is the most popular child in our. I go to kind of big church here in Naperville, and it's called the Yellow Box, and they have an awesome setup for kids of various ages, and he goes in the whatever 4 and under room or whatever. I don't know the age, but the little kid room, baby room, and all the ladies there love him. And he's at first was a little hesitant to go, but now he's excited to go. And I think he's got some friends in there, and the women really like him, and everyone knows him. I'm carrying him around this massive church. Everyone's going, "Hey, Augie!" And near the end of the service, I bring him out. It was just a typical Sunday outside of going for breakfast, but it was a perfect Sunday that I got to spend with my son. And, we don't need to go to Great America. We don't need to go to skydiving or anything crazy. But I set up my Sunday the way I want, the way he and I enjoy every Sunday. And I love those days with Augie. And it was his birthday yesterday, and he's 2. And I'm so proud of hanging out with him and sharing him a little bit, sharing his joy with the world. It was a perfect Sunday because I think the world needs a little more joy, needs a little more love, needs a hell of a lot more Augie. And people like Augie, and people with a kind soul and a beautiful spirit and a big smile and a love of pancakes. And had a great, great day. So I'm going to leave you with that. One more sip of coffee. All right. I took 2 kind of big chugs of coffee. But I appreciate you guys for joining me on this Monday morning. It's my last month in the house. I don't know where I'm going at the end of my in the next month, but I'll figure it out. I've been listening a lot in church and paying attention, and I think getting a message more than I would say a lot of parishioners, perhaps even some people speaking up there. I'm hearing the message and feeling the message, and I think living the life that I'm intended to. And I hope you have are living the life you're intended to. I think you listen to your inner voice and following your heart and living with love and living with kindness and living with a smile every day. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you have a great night's sleep. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today, following along in my story, maybe following my page, sharing a little time with me on a Monday morning, sharing a little coffee. Hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you're loving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.